has been a while. It's been 2 years, in fact. So, you're probably wondering, where have I been? Huh? I'm sorry, where did you come from? Seriously, where did you come from? Huh? Okay. Cool, thanks. Great start. Let me just turn the music down. I did not plan. I did not make any sort of plans. I just did this because, yay. This is weird checking OBS just to make sure that everything is working as I'm expecting to. I believe it is, so I don't think I'll have any need to touch it. Okay. Grab my notes or something. So, as I mentioned, it's been 2 years since I last uploaded anything to this damn channel. And the main reason, realistically, is motivation. Like, yeah, I might have an idea on something that I might want to do, but if I don't have the motivation to do it, then I simply won't. In fact, even making this recording right now, I just don't feel like it. And I think part of that is because of my warped perception on YouTube itself, because YouTube as a platform has changed so much. It really has. Like, it's no longer about making videos that you simply like. You've got to make videos that do well. They have to do well, or else there's no point doing them. And you have to edit these videos as well, like very well. There needs to be things like jump cuts, words on the screen constantly. And I am someone that doesn't even like to edit. I don't like editing. That's another trip up of mine. I don't like editing. I find it slow, tedious, and because of that, I'm putting in all this effort. It's going to take a while to render, and after all that, is it really going to be worth it? So, this is why I haven't done anything. And my channel has just been sat there, doing nothing, all this time. So, that brings me on to, what do I want to do? Honestly, I still haven't decided. But when it comes to actually making said content, making things I like, I don't have any limits now. Hardware-wise, I'm fine. What I have could last me ages. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned the fact that I now have something more powerful that I can use to hopefully make videos better. And I put the specs of that system in the video. But I basically did nothing with that. I was just like, yeah, okay, I've got cool new system, might make content, thanks, bye. And I've even done a couple of where have I been type videos, because I'll be honest, I want to make videos, because at times I do enjoy making them. It's just the rest of the time where I don't feel like it, because it's during those times where I'm like, well, what's the point? Who's going to see this? And again, this is the problem with YouTube as a platform. It's chasing views, chasing subscribe counts, chasing numbers. Ooh, this is nice. This is nice, I like this. And it shouldn't be about that. If you want to go do that, fine. You do you. But chasing views as the primary reason for doing YouTube, I would say no. That's where I would draw the line. Because at that point, are you really having fun? There's been many videos on people that have quit because they're just burned out. And it's through no fault of their own. Sometimes the algorithm is just terrible and does not push out content. YouTube's own filters aren't that great. Obviously they're not perfect, and they can't ever be perfect. But surely they can be better than this. I struggle with live commentary. It's another problem. When I finish what I want to say, it just abruptly ends. So, ooh, nice. So if I can't keep a conversation going, I say what I need to say, and then that is literally it. Nothing else happens. The conversation just comes to a complete dead stop. And a lot of the time, it is admittedly quite harsh. Like, what else am I supposed to do? How can I keep a conversation going? And all these different things just add on to each other. Lack of motivation. The inability to keep a conversation going. Wow, okay. 2 chickens. Nice. The inability to keep a conversation flowing. And while editing isn't really an issue nowadays, is that a shipwreck over there? Oh no. Never mind. And while I have gotten better. Slightly. It's still a pretty big issue that I want to at least try and work on. I'm just not sure how to. So, the other thing to do with YouTube algorithm is how is this video going to get pushed out? Because it has been two years. I was about to say 2 days. Wow, I wish. It's been 2 years, and a completely random upload from a channel that's been inactive for so long, that's never going to do well. I'm just going to steal this house. This is my house now. It's never going to do well. So, I obviously do not know how well this is going to do. Ow. I guess while I'm here then, I could run down, roughly, the very basics of this fancy new computer that I have now. So, it is effectively top of the line parts now, and it's a full desktop, so I'm no longer constrained by laptops, which is, it's been one of my personal gripes for a while, the fact that I've been stuck on laptops for the longest of times, and that's no longer the case, which is a good thing. And it still feels a little weird being actually sat at a desk as opposed to, well, not being sat at a desk because I didn't have space for one. but it's still going to take a little bit of time to get used to. The fact that this does literally everything that I need it to do. Everything that I want it to do. And still have plenty of processing power left. So, if editing me gets around to actually doing something, then I will put the specs up, and if not, then I don't know. So, editing. I've already mentioned that I'm not very good at it. When I first started YouTube, I just used Windows Movie Maker because it was simple enough and wasn't all that difficult. And realistically, I could still keep on using it if I wasn't on Windows 11. I mean, I could still use it actually, but that's beside the point. Oh, I should stop. I have not done that in a long time, my god. Okay. Anything else? No. No. Why would I spend 7 hours for that? No thanks. So I used to use Windows Movie Maker, which, for the simple editing, it gets the job done, I'll admit. It's not the best, but as a starting point, if you are only doing simple editing, then it's fine. I then moved to a free video editor, which is a little tricky to use because, again, I'm just not good at video editing in general, so it doesn't really matter what sort of editing program you give me. If I don't know how to use it, then I won't be able to edit too well. And of course there's the obvious, just learn, just mess around with it. I could, but there's also just no content to edit for me to use. Like, I don't have any sort of usable videos in my backlog that I could use. Yay. Possibly the only edit in this video is just recording, stopping, starting. Yippee. I have lost my train of thought now because of that. Yippee. Video editing, yes. So, I have DaVinci Resolve installed. At least I think installed. I might have the installer file. I don't know which area it is. But I know I have DaVinci Resolve. And while I could try and figure out how to use it, the amount of things that DaVinci Resolve does, and same with other video editors as well, it's the sheer amount of things they can do. And I think the root problem is that it's overwhelming. Like, there's so much stuff that I could mess around with that I don't know where to start. And if I'm correct, there's actually a piece of terminology for that, and I believe it's called choice paralysis, where you have so many choices and you don't know what to pick. You instead are effectively frozen, not picking anything. And I think that's the problem. Oh. Well, that's just terrible. Wow, thanks. I'll take the chest though. That saves me making one later on. See, I think the problem is just the sheer amount of options that I have that I could use. And funny enough, this actually applies to things like Steam games, because if you've ever been like, on your library, looking at the amount of games you have, and you just don't know what to pick, that's effectively choice paralysis. You have all these games, why can't you pick one? And I think a similar thing is happening here. I have all these options on like, using this video editor, and instead of actually picking something, I just don't, and then I end up not doing anything. Zero editing. And the thing is, the files that OBS spits out are big. Like, very big, and I can't just upload the raw files to YouTube. That's just an absolute waste. Especially considering that they're unedited. So just uploading an unedited raw file, it's like, why? Why would you want to do that? You at least want to edit it, trim out things you don't need, and then export it into a file type that's a lot smaller and won't take anywhere near as long to upload. So that's the other thing. And yes, I know I've like cut the video off a couple times now, but it's fine. I have a hotkey set up. It's the minus key on the number pad. Great hotkey, I know. I don't know what other hotkey I could use, because I've never had these types of options before. It's still a little crazy to think that I have the system that I do. But yeah. Okay, I might need to stop again while I think about what else to do, because pausing has effectively thrown me off. I made myself a notepad file, just a simple text file, and I was going to write down things to say in more detail as a sort of guidance script, because I know that script content exists and it has worked. It is something that I wanted to try. It's something I've debated and eventually gone, no, I don't want to do this because of my own personal opinions on scripted content, because Minecraft as a game by its nature is unpredictable. Like, early game, for the most part, it is actually predictable. If you know what to expect, then yeah, you can have a script that does exactly what you need it to. And I'm guessing what's actually going on is that the script that does exist accounts for general things like, okay, now I need to make a bed, and now to the next day, so now we can go do this. So I assume it accounts for things like that. Oh, dolphin, nice. But I haven't made a script, and as I said, I was going to try and make a guidance script just to help me keep my topics on track, and I haven't even done that. All I have actually written down is where have I been, what my plans are, what I want to do, and my opinions on the YouTube landscape. I think I've explained the YouTube landscape pretty well, albeit slowly, and what I want to do, I guess kind of what I want to do and my plans are one in the same. Like, I think I know how I wanted to structure it, I just didn't. Maybe it's not lack of motivation, maybe it is in fact actual laziness, because I don't want to make videos, but at the same time I do. I just don't want to take the time to actually make them, even though That's not going to do anything. The videos aren't just going to appear. I actually have to go out of my way and edit them and record and all that. So I think that's part of the problem. I want to do these cool videos, especially if I have cool ideas. I just don't want I don't actually want to make what's needed. I just want to be able to have the existing one, and I think that's actually something to do with human psychology, which is far beyond the scope of just me explaining what I want to do. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to live commentary for a second. I think live commentary is one of the things that I was attempting to work on a few years ago, because what I did like only 3 times was live stream. I live streamed playing Minecraft with, of course, just I believe I forgot the name. I know it was a music provider that I believe began with P, and it was one of those free ones that should hopefully keep you safe. I forgot. Pretzel, that's it. Yay, I remembered. Came to me in the end. So I believe I was simply just using Pretzel while streaming Minecraft. And for the most part, it wasn't terrible. But I only did 3 live streams, and then I just kind of stopped because, well, what was the point? And I think the problem of it is that I was streaming expecting to get views, when that's not what I should be doing. I should be streaming because I want to, and the same applies to making videos. I should make what I want to make because I like making it, not because I want to chase views. So currently I have about like 50 or so. I don't actually know how many videos I have on my channel, but I have a good amount. Some have done well, some haven't. That's just part of how it works. And I feel like I'm in an interesting situation because this channel is not very big. So what I could do is just completely wipe out this channel and start again. Not delete the channel, but just wipe all the videos. Or simply keep everything and just upload as if nothing's wrong. Reason being, again, this is a small channel. There's nothing to do. But I have taken like inspiration from a few different channels. The ones that just tell stories while playing Minecraft. Juice, because he's not like the others that are loud, edit very fast, saying that they built mega structure in hardcore Minecraft, things like that. It's just, no, nice chill Minecraft that you could have on in the background, something like that. And I think that's more in line of what I want to do. I just want to play Minecraft and just do what I like, not chase current trends. And circling again round to the YouTube landscape, the only reason that I think everyone is doing all this is because that's the trend. Oh, Nikisha Village, nice. So, if you remember way back then, about 5 years ago now, which is honestly crazy to think, Luke the Notable released 100 Days in Hardcore Minecraft, and in one of the spin-offs, he mentioned that 100 Days came about from one of his previous series, the 100 Drops. And he applied that simply to Minecraft. But since he was the first to do such a thing, it was effectively new and original. And everyone wanted to do it because the style and the formatting, it was just so different than the expected episodic content of episode 1, I've done this, and episode 2, I've done that. Instead, it's... I think the only way to describe the whole 100 Days trend is that it's a PowerPoint presentation, where each day is a slide, and you talk about that slide as it plays in the background. So that's why I think it took off, because it's actually formatted really well for what it is. But of course, because that became very, very popular, it became the new trend. Everyone wanted to do 100 Days videos. And while there's nothing wrong with that, the sheer amount of videos that came out of it, it oversaturated. Because everyone was doing them. So, if everyone is doing them, it just gets boring after a while. Because you can only do this type of content for so long, and there's only so much you can say about what you're doing before it becomes the same old things that everyone already does. There's only so much you can do in Minecraft in the first 100 days. Day 1 is always going to be that you've gathered wood and obtained some stone tools. There's a lot of... my god, I'm gonna have bread for days. Bread. Bread. Get the bread. Put it with the bread. Bread. I like referencing random things. But yeah, the 100 Days content, it's not bad. But because everyone basically did it, it became the trend. And not only that, the fact that it was hardcore Minecraft meant that the stakes were higher, because of course in hardcore Minecraft, if you die, well that's it, you don't get to respawn. Of course in modern versions your world doesn't get deleted, you just get to go in spectator mode. In older versions your world did get deleted. But in modern versions it's not as harsh. So again, ignoring that, the stakes are much higher because you only have the one chance, and if you die, that's it. So of course in the beginning, if you die, you're not losing too much, but for long-term hardcore worlds, if you die, you have potential months lost in that world. So the longer you play, the more... I can't find the right word, but the more you play, the worse it is for when you do die. And while some players opt to use totems, some don't, and I'm not one to judge. I don't care if you use totems or not. That's your own choice. I need to sleep again. Wow. We'll sleep under the tree. So, yeah, 100 Days, it took off absolutely crazy, and of course that became the trend for a while. I don't know what the current trend is when it comes to Minecraft. I think it's actually going back to more simplistic videos, because there's been plenty of simple videos going on. That, and apparently I can't word it. I know how I want to word it, I just don't know how to. There's 2 villagers over there, okay. I know how I want to word it, I know what I want to say, I don't know how to word it. But basically, mental health Minecraft. I think that's the only way to describe it. Videos where real world problems are talked about, all while the person is playing Minecraft. And for some of them, it actually also includes viewer submitted stories. Kind of like traditional Reddit stories, to be honest, which is something that I've wanted to do. I've wanted to take Reddit threads, read them out while playing Minecraft. Because, I'll be honest, the text-to-speech engines, every time, it's just not the same. Because sometimes they just get words wrong, they don't say things correctly. Am I looping back? No, that's a different village. Huh? Sure. Yeah, sometimes the text-to-speech engine doesn't say things correctly. And it's like, why did you say that? That's not how this is meant to be said at all. Why? What? Huh? No, yeah, I thought there was more buildings. What is this village? Hang on. What is this village? This is why I don't like Acacia villages. They're just such a mess. Oh, I've broken that. Oh well. How are you supposed to navigate around here? Is it just those 2 houses? Is there nothing up here? Hang on. There's some villages. No more houses though. Some llamas. Yeah, the village ends here. Huh? There's absolutely nothing. It's just those 2 houses and that's it. That is... Oh no, there's some more down there. Another house. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and then 3 houses. That is weird. Huh. Okay. I know, getting distracted about villagers in Minecraft because I'm playing Minecraft, and this is live commentary. But yeah, the mental health videos, they're definitely an interesting one. But editing wise, they're a whole lot easier. You don't really need to do much. Maybe except like full text on screen if you're going to be doing that. And I think that's also what put me off doing Reddit videos, just reading out Reddit stories, is editing the text in. Because I don't know why, but I feel like I just cannot sync things up very well. I always seem to get the timings wrong for things. But I know that literally practice will sort that out. Anyway. I'm going to just... I'm going to try and upload this video. Because I think what I should do is just... Instead of worrying about, is this going to be seen? Just upload it anyway. And it might be the push that I need to get back into just making things, and more importantly, having fun with making videos. Because this time, it'll be what I like, rather than conforming to what the algorithm wants. Because, again, I should not care what the algorithm wants. I should only care about what I want to make. And if those videos don't do well, then who cares? I had fun making them. So... yeah, I'm going to hopefully try and make some sort of goal, simple goals, on where I want to go, what I want to do, and maybe I'll actually get somewhere this time. Another village in a... Ooh. Ooh, that's a precarious spot. Oh dear. And there's another... There is villages everywhere. Okay, Huh? Okay, this is probably because of my high render distance. I'm playing on like 48 because sodium is just so cool. I don't even need to worry, and I'm effectively at max frame rate. But my god, it feels like village spawn rates are a whole lot higher, even if they aren't. There's a ruined pot all the way over there as well. Wow. Cool. This is what I like. This is what I like. I just like having fun, pointing cool things out. So maybe I should just ignore things like algorithms and again just do what I want. Because here I am, playing Minecraft, exploring this world that I literally made simply for this video. And that's that. Oh, I should actually mention this as well. So, because it actually does tie in pretty well. I do have a main world. You could call it Forever World, but I made it way back in 1.17 before the Forever World became a trend. That's probably the new trend actually, the Forever Worlds. I made my quote unquote Forever World in 1.17 when that came out, because when 1.17 came out, I'm like, okay, things have changed. I'm going to create a world and try to stick with it. Because before that, of course, 1.16 was the newest version with a whole Nether update. Yet despite that, I wasn't really interested, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. I still played, I believe, modded 1.7, because I was still into the modding aspect. And now I do just a general mix of both, if I feel like it. If I get bored of vanilla, then I'll swap to modded, and if I get bored of modded, I'll swap back to vanilla. But yeah, I made my 1.17 world not too long after 1.17 came out. I can't actually remember when I made said world. I'll have to check the information. And I simply made it with the goal of seeing if I can actually stick with the world, continue playing it, even if it's for just a few months. Just end goal was to actually just beat the game, and then after that, maybe more inspiration will come. And that world is still going 4 years later. I don't track it. I don't track the real years for the world. I track in-game years using the day counter, and in-game at least, said world is 8 years old. And it's honestly crazy to think that that particular world is as old as it is. Fortune. Wow, thank you. Wow, mending helmet. I'll take that, why not? It is crazy to think that the world is as old as it is. I'm not going to do that because that's just going to be an absolute waste, actually. Yeah, it's going to be a waste because that's only going to be 2 ingots. I need 3 for a pickaxe. Okay. I need to find... I want to find a suitable village to settle down in, actually. I probably should have gone with that first one, maybe, that I found. How many... Then again, it's... I don't know. I'll keep looking. So yeah, the Forever World trend. That's... I believe that's the current one. But my main 1.20 world, which it has been released 1.20, I just haven't changed the name of it because I started it in 1.17. It's now 8 in-game years old. And I still have things that I want to do in it. So I would say that the world is a success. I've stuck with it, and I'll probably stick with it more. But the thing is, because it's a world that is not recorded, it would feel wrong to then start using it as a background world to record things on. Now, this is probably just personal preference, but I feel like I can't use that world for recording on. But at the same time, I also can't just make a new world, because all the progress is on that main world, and I'm effectively splitting what I do, which is another problem, and why my stream, my old streams failed, because I was splitting my workload. Not really workload, just what I wanted to do. I was splitting what I wanted to do. I was splitting the stream world. Ooh, shipwreck. I was splitting the stream world and my main world. And I didn't like that. But even now as it stands, I'm not quite sure what I should do about this. Like, I could just... moss blocks, I'll take those moss blocks. Thank you. I could just record, regardless of how I feel. But then wouldn't that just be disingenuous to my world? I don't know, I'm probably overthinking this a lot, to be honest. I am probably overthinking this a lot. Oh! Ho 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 ho. Thank you. I don't know what to do with all this. Hang on. I don't need seeds, so I'll take that. I'll definitely take the emeralds. The singular diamond? Yeah, sure, I guess. Get rid of that, and that, and that. Okay. That's cool, I guess. Wow. I can now, mine for things. I still want to find a nice place to settle down into, though. But yeah, it's me splitting off my main world, builds, and things like a stream world. There's another ruin portal over there. I'm not going to go to it, though. It's splitting off my main world builds, stream world builds, and literally any other projects that I have. So again, this is probably just personal preference. I'll probably work on that in the future. But for now, I'll just see how things go. So, I think I have finally ran out of talking points. I don't really know what else to say. So I guess what I could do now is just like a cool overhead flying outro or something. I don't know. I've never been good at outros either. Actually, speaking of outros, my intro. Oh god, that thing is old. So, I never explained the intro that I had. Effectively, I was trying to welcome everyone. The people who were YouTubers, and the people who were not YouTubers. Effectively, those that just simply watched videos, either signed in or signed out. So, in concept, it was a sound idea. Quite literally welcoming everyone to the video, inviting everyone to watch. Cool. In practice, though, now that I've been away for a while and I'm not using that intro, yeah, it's definitely not the best, and it is kind of because a simple hello everyone literally does the exact same thing and doesn't take anywhere near as much time to say. So I don't think I'll be using the old intro anymore. As for what intro I do want to use, I don't know. And again, the same applies for an outro. I don't know what outro to use, if any. I might just abruptly end the video. So, I will attempt to go through all this. Nice. I'll attempt to go through this big file, multiple files. I'll attempt to use DaVinci Resolve. And if not, I'll fall back to the other program that I was using. And I'll see what segments of these recordings are usable, what isn't usable, and what else I should do. Also, I don't use OBS very often, so one of the other things I should probably do is split the audio channels. So I have a separate audio channel that is just the microphone, and then I can just have Minecraft in the background. Or better yet, disable the microphone in OBS and instead use something like Audacity. I don't know yet. I genuinely do not know what I could do, because I have so many options and it's impossible to pick just one yet. So I don't think I'm going to worry about that too much. Another thing I need to stop doing is saying so a lot. I get caught up on words a lot, and I think that's partly down to the whole live commentary thing. I say so as an introduction on what I want to say, and because of that, the sheer amount of pauses that I take while I try and figure out what else to say after that, so there's no awkward breaks, I think that's the issue. So I'm going to keep working on that one. I know, just said it, but in that context it worked. I'm going to keep working on this. Maybe I'll get something out of this. I'm not sure. But I think the important thing is to not doubt myself. Don't doubt myself. Just have fun doing what I'm doing. And yeah. Okay. I am going to settle down in this village that I've just found. I climbed up here because I just got out of the boat over there, and I wanted to get up there to have a better look at my surroundings. I looked over there because I was on the other side, didn't see anything, and I'm like, there's no village. If only there was a village. And I say that as I was coming around here, and I just see, like, this village. I'm like, the irony. The sheer irony. So, I might stay in this village. I might not actually, because this is terrible. Who puts a ravine in the middle of a village? Thanks, World Generation. That's very kind of you. I just want a village chilling. Like, is that too much to ask? This is a big village, mind you. I have children and everything. Damn. So yeah, I'm gonna chill in this village because I've been recording for far too long, and I have effectively run out of things to say now. I have basically said everything that I've wanted to say. I've repeated myself a few too many times, and now I think it's good to just actually start doing something with what I've made. The sooner I start editing, and the sooner I upload what I've made, then maybe I'll feel better or something. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. So yeah, I guess until then, see ya. One other thing I should mention is the fact that yes, I do have mods. They're pretty much just like quality of life things. They don't actually do anything. Like, there's no additional things that add like new blocks or items. It's just things like apple skin. That's a resource pack, actually. Things like apple skin, better clouds, wavy capes, and allowing you to smelt raw blocks. Things like that. Oh, and smelting things like armor and tools, giving an ingot instead of a nugget. Things like that. So, just general quality of life things. And I believe I've already mentioned sodium. So, yeah, I think that's it. Here, have a whole modless smile. I don't know, take a picture or something. It'll last longer. Okay, bye.